second, and then I'm going to ditch my, brilliant. Okay, so hello and welcome. This is our Pilability class. Today our focus remains around balance in all positions, but actually this is all about aging well and really understanding our own anatomy. We're all very stressed. Life is very stressful right now, maybe more so than it has been in a while. So use this time to catch your breath, and then use this time to think about you to be the best version of you today. Okay, so Pudge, can we just stop the music or change it to something slower and plinky plonkier? Thank you, my love. Right, so we're going to start lying down. And I want you for a minute just to go for full body stretch, because they're always really nice. Full body stretch, and this just allows you to make as much contact with the ground as possible. Think about your heels, think about your pelvis, shoulders, arms. Okay, and then from there, I'd like you to just walk and crawl your shoulder blades down a little bit so you've got a long neck, a nice bit of space between your ears and your shoulders. And then walk your feet together, drop your knees apart, keeping the soles of your feet together, and settle here. Now, many of us, when we talk about stress and tension, your clever body carries a lot of its tension into your pelvis and the connectors between trunk and thigh. This is a primal reaction to stress from when we were cave women and cave men. So I just want you to give yourself a few moments here just to, what is it you need to do to relax those hips and to allow those hips to open? Could you apply a little bit of a wiggle jiggle here? Just a tiny mini rock around the pelvis to help relax the muscles that are supported and holding tension around the buttocks, the hips. And I apologise, in the background there's a Zoom class running and all I can see is a dog joining in and having fun. Perfect. Right, okay, so let's bring those knees together, please. I'd like you to take your left ankle and then pop it on your right thigh. Just allow the left knee to drop away. This is just opening up the hip and again allowing us to relax any tension that might sit in and around the pelvis. Use your left hand and gently press away. So let it go. We hold on to tension here, so just let it go, let it go, let it go. Use your breath. And we always talk about the importance of breath, particularly when we're de-stressing. From here, please, your left foot stays in place. It comes onto the right side. So there's a big old twist there. So the left foot is on the right side and down towards the ground. If you can, I want you to think about reaching down towards your right ankle. This is when we need a camera on the ceiling. So I am holding, my left hand is holding my right ankle. So I've got a bit of a stretch and I'm feeling quite knotted. It's a little bit of a difficult one to get into place, but once we're there, it's beautiful. Hold it there. And then your right arm now comes up and through the top of your yoga mat. So there might be a couple of tweaks and stretches going on everywhere. So this is rib cage, this is lats, this is shoulders. So if you can now, take that right hand and look and point over to the left corner of you, top of the yoga mat. So it's quite a complicated stretch as we begin our session today. This is about breath and release. Now, 2 or 3 very long breaths in, please, and out. And go with where the stretch is pulling and talking to you. You might feel a sense of release around the hip, the pubic bone, the lats, your armpits, just even in your head space. Okay, release the right arm, release the left hand. Bring yourself back up into your starting position, both feet on the floor. Okay, let's go again. So this time we are putting right ankle up onto left thigh and hold it there and breathe. So this is our starting position. So when we're here, we use the right hand just on the inside of the right thigh and just gently press away. What you might get here is resistance. You might get a little bit of a tension, so I don't like here, I don't like here. And the muscles get protective around the joint. And as I said at the beginning, like, we hold stress in various parts of our body. It is not unusual to hold stress around the pelvis and low back. So we're just trying to release it off and take that away from you. It's a very primal thing here. And this is that beautiful thing around our awareness where, oh yeah, as I'm relaxing and as I'm breathing, I can actually feel the tension seep and ooze away from certain areas. Okay, your left foot walks towards the right side. Your right foot, which is still on your thigh, comes over to the floor on the left. Now, while you're here, your right hand is working towards your left ankle. Hold it. So it's a bit of a knot there, and it might flush up your hamstrings. So see how you feel with that. Whew, actually, it can cause all sorts of weird crampage things. You right there? Okay, and then with your left hand, take your left hand towards the center top of your yoga mat. And then over to the right corner of your yoga mat. So there's a big old twist and stretch here. Use your breath. Use your breath. Use your breath. Now, do you need to adjust? Is your foot on the floor on the other side? Can you feel tension move out through your pelvis, through your back? Well done, team. Lovely. And slowly release your left arm. Release your right hand. Come back, reset. Put both feet down on the floor. Feet nice and wide, send both knees onto your right side. Lift up, left side. Do this a handful of times for me. Keep your shoulders down for now. So both shoulder blades are fixed and the movement is coming out of your hips and pelvis. And each time you're squeezing through the gluteals to try and get the knees to touch the floor. All movement is progressive. Some days better than others too. So, you know, we we look at improving our flexibility constantly, but you know, it varies due to hydration, sleep patterns. There's loads of things that can affect your mobility. But the important thing is, let's not avoid those niggles. Let's come at it head on. With that said, let's just walk your feet together. And when you're ready, I want you to turn onto your right side to me. Okay, so this is a movement that we deliver with falls prevention. I want you, lovely couched position to start. It's all about the left hand. I want you to push the left hand into the ground and bring yourself up into a upright position. So you've got a lovely triangle here. Take yourself back down. It is the left hand. You push up. Essentially, we're firing up the tricep here. So the bingo wings. The idea behind this, and I really want to embed this culture of aging well in terms. And these are examples where we teach people to get on and off floors. But often, because the tricep can be uncomfortable to train because it's a smaller muscle in the back of the arm, we tend to neglect it. That's human nature for us. So if we can embed this culture of change and we can teach people habits like this, that as you get older, so right the way down your lifespan, this might be a movement that can really bring you into a place of safety. God forbid you fall. So that's why we do it, all right? This method is in all the madness of our program around aging well. Okay, so last time we're up. Now, from here we stay up. You've got 90-90 with the knees. Let's do a similar thing to open up the hips and engage those core muscles. So the knees will rise up And then come back down. Look what I've done with my hair. It's ridiculous. Up, up, and down, down. Up, up, down, down. When we do this movement, team, I want you to think about how you're moving. Are you using your hands? How does it feel? What I want at the top of each move is the chest to come forward. So flat feet to the floor, knees lift, knees come down, rise and lift at the top of the movement. Got it? So, and no touchy. Interestingly enough, you will travel, and that's completely okay. Last time, and we're going to come down onto our other side. So let's lie down. It's all about the right hand now. So it's the right hand that pushes into the ground and up, up. This is us mobilizing the shoulder joint, making us long and embedding a movement pattern that we should keep with us. So down and up, push, push, all the way to the top of the move, and down, stretch out. Technically, this is how we should get in and out of bed as well, don't you think? It feels very graceful, like a princess. Okay, up, up. And once again, we're going for that 90-90, but here's the change. So at the top of the move, instead of chest out, we're going to stretch forward. Sit up, lift, lift. I'm going to modify, have a minute. So lift, lift, knees down, stretch out. Up, up, over, over, stretch out. Now I appreciate space here and how much space we've got. So just work on that stretching out. And again, you're going to travel. That's completely normal. And that's really good for what we call proprioception. Because as we travel, the brain's going, where am I in space? Where am I in space? And this helps us to reset our proprioceptors as well. Lovely jubbly. It's quite warm in here. Yeah. Okay, so from here, we're going to do, this is my next change. Okay, now if you can just take a moment to watch me, what I'm looking for, hands wide. Ooh, that was my knee. Can you see this? So my hands are fixed and firm into the mat and coming up onto tabletop, shuffling knees and coming down. So up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. Why? Again, we're mobilizing joints here. So this is functionality at its best here. We're trying to engage all your core muscles. Okay, and a variation for that, so to take it up another level, so I've just told you I've got a bit of bad foot, so you're only going to see this once or twice with me. So curl toes, lift knees, hip down, up, up, hip down. So that's your variation. I'm not going to do that today. So up, up, down, down. I never said the movement that we do is supposed to be like a dancer's move. It's not supposed to be smooth, flow. There will be flowing movements, but it's designed to be messy. So I need you to go, because we favour sides. So I need you to go right side, right side, however you need to do it. But it's about bringing balance back to your body. Just asking that question, what if the right side can't do these movements? What if your left shoulder won't let you perform these movements? So we have to constantly think, we need to bring that balance back, work on the weaknesses, and keep developing those strengths. Well done. From here, please, team, we're going to lift the knees as we rise up and come into downward dog. Okay, so both feet flat-ish to the floor. Eye gaze towards your hands, not necessarily at your hands, because we have to think about our alignment. And from here, just go long with your spine. Enjoy how that feels. Enjoy that sensation through the back of the heels, the back of the knees. Relax your knees, because again, that stress conversation, when we're in this position, that stress conversation is around that tension we hold in muscles. We don't even know we're doing it. So try to relax the knees. Relax the shoulders. Go long through the spine. Create space between the vertebrae. Okay. Now, from here, bend the left knee and float it. So the left foot is floating. We're just going to open out to the side and reset. So we're modifying it. It's like three-legged dog. So my knee's bent, if you can see me. I'm just twisting to the side and back again. Twisting to the side and back again. Okay. Lovely jubbly. Okay. Good adaptations there. That's the beautiful thing about this program, is that you do what works for you, boo. When you're ready, other side. So we start with a bent knee, close into position, bent knee, thighs aligned, hips aligned. We're just opening and closing. So we're modifying the three-legged dog. Oh, that's lovely. I can feel all my spine go pop, 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 pop. So again, opening up the spine, opening up the pelvis. If we're spending time in seated position, this is a really nice little movement, again, just to get those hips working beautifully. Okay, when you're ready, feet down, and then what I'd like you to do is walk your feet towards your hands, then your hands towards your feet, and just hang there for a second. Okay, when you're ready, use your breath. Power to stand, please. Lovely. Whew, pump your heels at the top. So in this program, we do a lot of twisting and turning, which does a few things. When you twist and turn, this becomes whole body stuff. It's really good for that balance. So let's have a look at that simplified. Face me, feet wide. Turn to your left side. Turn to me. Turn to your right side. And me. So it's just a little gentle pivot. We don't have to we don't have to rush these movements. So think about how that's moving. How smoothly can we turn and reset? Are we on the balls of our feet and our toes? Does one side feel better than the other? I don't think the microphone's picking up, but I can tell you that I'm going pop, click. My body's just going, oh, hello. Now, we're going to progress, right? I just want to create a little bit of depth. So, feet wide, knees wide. As we turn, we go low. We rise, turn to me, turn again, 90 degrees, go low. How does that feel? So again, hip opening, functioning through the glutes, addressing weaknesses. One side feels stronger, better, more powerful maybe than the other. You feel more steady one way than the other. Here's the change. We twist, we dip, we lift. We foot down, turn to me. Twist again, dip, lift, foot down, twist. Boom, boom. Knee down, center. Now I'm adding a little flow to this. I feel like my arms want to go with me. So I'm allowing space to sink and reset. Turning, sinking, powering, lifting. Down. Boom, boom. Da, da, da. Boom. Doesn't that feel nice? Really functional movement. Oh, that's me done now. Good. Okay. Feet wide. Do us a favour. Turn your toes out. Oh, roll down. Right. I've overcooked my foot, Pat. Do us a favour, hold on to your elbows, opposite elbows. Just relax here, you're in that forward fold. Enable the hamstrings to stretch. If you want to, what you could do is look at bending your knees and then straightening your knees and trying to relax your kneecaps. So there's a little bend, a little straighten, a little bend, a little straighten. Okay, put your hands towards your mat or on your mat, better still. Rock your hips side to side for a second, please. Well done. Okay, when you're ready, roll to the top of the movement. Oh, right, will do. Right, I'll have a chair there. Okay, so from here, please, we're moving towards the wall, okay? So we've been doing this quite a lot over the months. I'm going to have to move that chair. Right, so knees wide, chest close to the wall, and I just want you to work on that slide down the wall and rise. Now you do what you need to do. So the closer you are to the wall, the more of a challenge it is. I want you to embrace this challenge. Are we on this camera? Right, so I want you to embrace this. So what will happen is you'll find a point where you can't go any deeper, work through there, and then rise. And so go as low as you can and rise. I'm all right now, it's just I was in a lot of flexion. Oh, sharp. So you're sliding down the wall, unless you'd like to act that out for me. Oh, right, there you go. So I'll stay here for a second and chat. So the important thing here is feet wide, lower down as far as you go, and we call this a butt wink. There's a point where the angle of the pelvis changes. So as you go nice and low as you can, everything. So it's quite a lordotic posture required here. So we really need to sort of focus it through, adjust where necessary, and do what you can. And then, so that's quite a sexy move on the up phase, Pat. Well done. Okay, well done. So from here, keep your left hand high, right hand high, right hand peels away and twists and rotates. That's it. Big opening of the chest, hand down. So left does the same thing. So peels away and there's a huge chest opener. Lovely, lovely. Okay, so what if we brought the pelvis closer to the wall here? What if the toes were closer as we did this? Could we now, as one hand is on the wall, the other hand, it melts away. How far can you lean away? Could you take, there you go, and really think about that extension of the spine and vertebra. Could you look up and over? It feels like a wonderful empowering move. It's a very strong movement. I got your glasses. Lovely. So this works in that diagonal, really getting into the extensors here. I can't even tell where I am. There you go. Keep going. One more each way. God love her, she hasn't warmed up. She's just jumped into position for me. Yeah, and noises, the groans, that's completely normal. It's okay. Use your breath, use your breath, use your breath. Lovely. So the opposite of that is slide those high V arms down to hip waist, step back, step back, step back. Okay, so once we're into position, let's address this, right? So I'm looking for, so if we can go to middle camera, please. That's okay, beautiful. Okay, so what I'm looking for here is the stretch of the lats. And it might be that there's a pressure twist right, a twist left. So I always like a little bit of movement when we perform this. And it's simply, again, we're all born differently. We're as unique as our fingerprints. So our bodies move differently. And we move in positions that are right for you. So movement is lovely, particularly when we're working dynamically through our stretches. And this is just allowing us, again, the spine is lengthening. We're getting some beautiful stretch through the armpits. Now, this muscle here at the side of the back, the lats, big old muscle, it's responsible for a lot of issues. So we've got to think long and lean, lovely, lovely, good lines. So try not to drop those heads either. Beautiful. Okay, so from here, you might need just to have a quick rest off. We're coming back into this position. Okay, so similar to what we did with the arms, what I'd like you to do is to bend the right knee and then lift the right foot, and then it's kind of an open hip again. There you go, and then back down. Good. Repeat that. So we stay on one side and we are bending the knee, opening the hip, looking to cock the leg, if you like, in this position. And the reason, again, just gravity is a marvellous thing, obviously, because we live on planet Earth. But gravity and exercise is a great thing. We've performed this in down dog. We did this movement in our first phase this morning when we were lying flat and doing hip openers. But the gravitational force is different each time because we're in a different plane of movement delivering it. Okay, other side when you're ready. So think about the bent knee. We cock the leg. Brilliant. So this is a hip opener. Why is this so important? Going back to that first conversation around stress and holding stress in our bodies, we get it in the hips. As we age, the hips lose a lot of their mobility. How's your back and your arms and your wrists? Are you okay? Yeah. So again, treat it chunk by chunk. Do what you can. Last time before you rise up, please. Well done. Thank you. How do you feel? Do you feel a bit warmer? Yeah. Okay. So we roll out the wrists. It's quite nice, isn't it? You're like, oh, everything feels a bit lovely. Lovely. Good stuff. Okay. Roll those wrists because it is intense. There's, again, flexion of the wrists. We are here quite a lot. So Pat's saying sit down, I will do, I promise. Oh, you want your glasses? Right, okay. Right, okay, so in standing, what I want to address here is some balance challenges. So today what I'm looking for is a simple process. So we're here thinking about getting to the floor again. Okay, so in my hands, I've got my invisible pants. See that? They're tiny. Okay, and I'm looking down towards the ground and I'm thinking I've got to put my pants on. Okay, so the movement is this. Now just watch for a second. It's a small movement, right? So I'll change sides. So I am resting into my right leg. That's my static leg. My hands are forward. Chin comes down towards chest. I'm just reaching so my hands are roughly ankle height. And back again and repeat. So slowly, on one foot, reach towards your ankles and then reset at the top. At the top of the movement, think about opening up the chest, melting your shoulder blades down your back so you've got really great posture. Pelvis tucked under so we're engaged in our core, and then we lean and go towards our ankles. So I'm putting a functional movement into this program. This is us putting our pants on. I know. So what normally happens is we go, doing that. I'm actually just going to sit on a chair and pull my pants on. But I'm embedding a culture of positive aging, and this is one of them. Okay. Now, we've done that, right? So we've shown the brain what we can do. Let's try the other leg. Okay, think about it. Tucked under in your pelvis, so you're engaged and your trunk is strong. So we're not starting from a lordotic position, we're already tucked under. So think nice and tall, balance, touch ankle, and then return and reset. The reset is the important thing here. So we're engaging that core right the way through this movement. And I often challenge myself. I think about, I'm putting on my pants in the morning, my hips are stiff, so I've been asleep all night, I've just had a shower, got myself dressed, and now I'm trying to get organised, getting dressed. And there's a pause, and I'm like, oh God, my hip hurts today before I put my pants on. So, and I'm feeling that at 50 with a broken body. So what does 55 look like? 60, 65, 70, 90, what does that look like? So thinking ahead into our future is a great and positive thing. But these functional movements really help us, because what is currently a learning process, even though you've probably put your knickers on 10 million times, we're actually now breaking it down as an exercise. And our learning starts again, and we'll embed this. Well done. Lovely, 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 lovely. Good. I'm really proud of you guys. So from here, let's have a look at how we get back down to the ground. So there is one method where we step back, kneel, hand, sit, lie. Should we have a look at this? And rise, rise. Now, if you can see me, I'm using my hand, my right hand is up in the air throughout the whole movement, stuck there. My left hand comes back. I'm coming down onto my left knee, then to the left thigh. My hand is helping me. I'm lying down, still got my right arm towards the ceiling. I'm going to reverse that now. So up, 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 and all the way to the stand. So it's actually called a get up. And it's been used by kettlebell master trainers for a very long time. Before they were actually called master trainers, they were just Russians playing with kettlebells. Okay, now here's the interesting thing. You've just gone through a process on your right. What does your left look like? So this time, right hand in the air, left leg comes back, right? Left hand in the air, right leg comes back, right knee comes down, swivel, foot under bum, reach down with your arm, lie down, keep your left hand towards the ceiling, and then we're going to come up from there. Use your hand, reach up all the way to the top. What does that feel like? So keep going with this. A few things are happening. It's a whole when you are working a significant amount of muscles, you need more oxygen. You will become breathless. This isn't indicative of fitness. This is simply around functionality of the body. Body sees, brain sees, using a lot of muscles to get on and off the floor, need more oxygen. How do I do that? Oh, I'm going to make the lungs work quicker, faster, fuller. Okay, that's the process. In the meantime, everything in your body is working. And because you're going through a formula, a pattern, your brain is working differently. So this really does affect the neuro side of you. Honestly, it's like all going. Yeah. Okay, this, you're down, stay down. Okay, and if you can, just settle on your knees for a second. Woo. Again, just giving yourself a moment to breathe. And in here, again, we're reducing the range of movement at the knee joint. So your options, if you want to, you can curl your toes under your heels or stay with a flat foot for a moment. Okay, I'm in the top third of my yoga mat. And from here, I'm just going to have a look at my core and the tilt of my pelvis. So in this position, and I'm flat on my feet. You can curl your toes if you want to. I'm looking for a roll, a tilt, posterior tilt of the pelvis, and then I want to send my arms upwards. Then outwards, squeeze my shoulder blades together, stretch my arms behind me. Let's repeat that. So from your starting position, we're tucking under the pelvis, the arms are coming up the body, then the arms come out to the sides, we hinge forward and we squeeze the shoulder blades together. Reset. So from that hinge, we hinge back to a straight position. Then we come to that tuck under. The arms are high and long. The arms are out wide to the side. We hinge forward, squeeze. Now working the back extensors, we're coming straight up. Lovely. C shape. Arms high. So there's your core working. Now I'm fine. All the way to the top. Squeeze your arms together. Last time, so we reset. Posterior tilt. Enjoy the stretch through the thighs. Stretch the arms back high. Circle arms out to the side. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Well done. Bring your hands to the floor. Shuffle, shuffle backwards. Okay, so from here, if you can just watch for a second. What I'm going to do here is take my right foot. My right knee is coming across into the far back corner of my yoga mat, and then it's coming up to the front of my elbow or wrist. So I'm taking it back, 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 back. There's a crossover, and we're bringing it up, 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 forward towards knee and wrist. 2 more times, please. So go back as far as you can. Up, up. Well done. Last time. Good job. Switching sides. Think about how that feels. So the crossover is the nice bit, the bit that I love, that I encourage. So we're stretching behind the body. We're crossing over, sitting back, go as far as you can. Enjoy how that feels on the outside fascia of the hip. Very sexy. Lovely. And from there you come forward, and so this is really testing your core and your shoulder stability here. You're coming forward, the knee is touching between the elbow and the wrist. Push back. Now, that crossover can be however you like it to be. It could be high and tight or long, bob down onto your heel. So you can choose how you're going to move. Remember, messy movement for midlife. Messy, we come back. Lovely. Well done, team. Last time. Now. Well done. You sat there going, okay, I got this. Right, lovelies. From here, we're staying in the all fours or tabletop. I just want you to do a couple of circles for me, 360, and that is nose well beyond your wrists, out to one shoulder, down towards the bottom of your mat, and across the other shoulder, back to the top, reverse. Everything in our body is connected, so everything is moving and connected via this beautiful cobweb in our body. So, and it's important with hands, particularly with hands. So sometimes, and again, noticeable as an aging thing, because we lose a lot of that mobility in the fingers, there's a tendency to press into the outside of the hand. So from a kinetic chain point of view, so I'm just changing positions. What tends to happen is when we start to lift the fingers, because we're not putting the fingers down flat, we're changing the emphasis on which muscles we are challenging up the chain. Rest out for a second, and this is what I want you to look at. So the writing is in the way, so I don't know the best way to do this. Okay, I'll do it here. Right. What I'm looking for is to bring your fingers down. So index finger, middle third finger, middle finger, bring them in and just roll your hands in and out for a second, okay? So it's a small movement. You might be in tabletop, so actively press your thumb and index finger down into your mat. Let's just actively turn it on. How does that feel up the arm? And then last time, settle. Bring your shoulders just above your wrists now, your index fingers down. I want you to slowly bend the elbows and slowly bring your face towards the ground. Push away with your out breath. So yes, it is a tricep dipper. It took us a while to set up that position for a really valid reason. Stay in your index finger, stay in your thumb. Lower down. Push away. Lower down, push away. Good job. Give me that 2 more times. So the tricep, remember how we started when we were rising up, we were lying on the sides. I was encouraging you to push your arm off the ground. That was your tricep. Here we are again, working the tricep, the back of the arm. It has so much, the tricep, the back of the arm, is there in your shoulder movement, in your lifting. It supports everything we do with that upper quadrant of the body. So it's really important here to wake up the tricep and get them firing. Lovely. Sit back, knees wide, toes touch, reach out into downward facing dog. No? What's that called? Where am I? Happy baby. No. What's menopause. Right. Things people hate about midlife. We blame everything on menopause. We do. It's like, oh, bugger, menopause. Menopause made me go shopping. Position. I want you to actively use your body weight and bottom. So when you push back into that position, feel the stretch through the back of the hip and the back. Well done. Come back into all fours for me, please. Right hand to ground, left hand upside down. Now, I just want you to be a bit gentle about this movement. I just simply want you to turn your hand and apply a little bit of pressure. I'm not asking you to take your body weight onto it fully, because you will feel a little bit anxious about this movement. All I'm asking is to put the back of the hand onto the mat and a very small micro circle and stretch. So it might be, again, you're just moving through your shoulders and shifting to maximize that stretch and those points of ooh. Switch sides, give yourself a moment. You're like, oh, hello. Wrist. Got to be kind to our hands, right? They've held a lot of hands, and your hands have held a lot of love over the years. So just be nice and gentle here. Well done. Okay, roll the hands. Right, stay with me. We're on our opening of the hip stretch. Kneel up, left foot to top left corner of your mat. Don't question where I am, left foot, left corner, okay? Right, when you're in this position, a couple of things. Use your left elbow and just gently push the knee out. So you're pushing the knee to the outside edge of the left top corner of your mat, right? How does that feel into the groin? So some of us will go, oh, I don't like it, can feel my knee coming in, so we've got to put some effort into the baby toe. So unlike the index finger, we're now talking baby toe. So just allow that pressure just to push out. Now do this for me. Sit back and then go back into it. Sit back and come back into it. Now, when we come back into it, I want a big move left and right center push. In and left and right and center push. And see if we can make this a little bigger each time. Push, Okay. Lengthen front leg, slide heel forward, so wiggle jiggle it forward. Bring your hands towards the ground. Try and relax your kneecap. Yeah, sorry if you're leaping around with crampage. Do us a favour, toes to ceiling, toes outside, turn outside to the ceiling. So like a little windscreen wiper, so toes come in and then toes come out. Okay, from here, we are now coming forward and bending that front knee. Bring both hands to the inside top edge of your yoga mat. Taking awareness to the back knee, turn your back knee in. Oh, sorry, turn your hip out, bend your back knee. So we're in a slightly different position. So it's moved 90 degrees. Now we come forward again. Now, some of you might suddenly get tight in the glutes or triggers like, oh. So think about side to side, forward, side to side, forward. Being aware that you're opening more in your hips this time. Lovely. Here's the change. We're now down the bottom third of the mat. You straightened off your front leg, which is in the top left corner. The foot is pointing along the top edge of your mat. The leg is straight, and now we are going to lean forward. Bring it or elbow. Foot flat if possible. Think about settling your bum onto your heel and then come forward. So rock forward and backwards when you're in this position. You're welcome. Now we switch it all off. So undo and redo. So I'm going to just switch directions. So right foot in top right corner. Got it? Right. So just for a minute, think about the hips are open. There's a lunge forward for a second. Your right arm is on the inside of the knee and it's just assisting the stretch a little. So it's just allowing us to just push out a little. And because again, we get tight, we get stressed, the knee wants to come in. So we're just opening it out there. Think about taking the strain or the stretch into the outside edge of the foot. Then we're going to come back and reset and we're going to repeat this. So forward, inside, outside, forward, lift. So we come forward, wiggle jiggle, inside, outside, and push back. How does that feel? What can we adjust? Hurts my knees on this hard floor. Well done. Brilliant. Okay, now from here, we just take our hands towards the floor, hands inside, outside of your leg. Flex the foot towards the sky and gently dial the toe in and out. Thinking about what's going on with the hamstrings here. The knee, relax the knee, use your breath continually, long and deliberately. Okay, not saying it's a good thing as we age, we just need to keep that movement going. There may be cramp, there may be pulls going on into the outside of the hip and the glutes. You may not like it. One side you might prefer. Lovely. Weird one, isn't it? Hey. Okay, lovely. Now we stretch. So we turn 90 degrees. Outside edge of the foot lines up with the top edge of your yoga mat and we lean in. You might use this time to just adjust, make the stretch bigger. Hands or elbows, and the idea is we're lowering backwards and coming forwards. Really, it's about preference, whether you prefer to be on your elbows or not. Remember, it's all about that mobility and your wellness one here. Lovely. I enjoy this one because I do a lot of spinning, So the inner thigh gets quite tight from that high repetitive pattern. Really good for you, but it's nice to stretch this out. Well done. You look great. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so well done, team. So from here, what I'd like us to do is to flip over onto our back. So I'd like to look at happy baby stretch and the variations around that, seeing that we've done so many hip openers. So when you're ready, come down onto your bottom, roll down. Whoop! That was me impaling myself on a microphone pack. The amount of times I've done that over 1,000,000 years. Okay, we're lying flat on our backs. I've noticed over the years, not everyone gets happy baby, can do happy baby. So let's have a look at the variations of this, shall we? Okay, the first thing first is to bring knees into chest. Some of you, so sometimes when we deliver this, I'm going to take my glasses off. Sometimes when we deliver this, some of us got big boobs, might be big bellies, short thighs, short arms. There's loads of reasons why we think we can't master this. So let's start with just creating a ball, whether it's knees together or knees wide, but see if you can hold on to your shins. Okay, now the next bit is that ability to touch your toes. So let's have a look if you can hold on to one foot and one toe. So what might happen is the obliques, so your waistline muscles, are really stretching here. So you might get warning shots around your ribs. So I don't really like that. Okay, let's try on the other side. Because what happens is we go to a class, we see somebody doing this type of movement, and then we just generally freak out going, I can't do that. So straight away we've lost, because straight away we've gone, I can't. So our subconscious is clever. So let's have a look at what we can't do now or yet and see if we can progress it. Okay, so from there, if you want to, you could try both feet. It might be that you use a band around your ankle or foot to be able to draw that foot closer. So this bit is the first phase. Okay, now if you want to, if you're holding onto your toes, rock side to side. Now what happens is here we get a little bit of tension, release around the middle of the back. So, and sometimes it feels a bit sensitive, and that's because it is around your kidneys. Okay. So from there, what I'd like you to do is to have a feel around stretching your legs off. So taking the bend out of your knees. Now it might be that you hold on to one toe and then just stretch out the other leg. If you can hold on to your toes and straighten off your knees, even better. And what tends to happen here, we get panicky. So breathe, stretch off the knees. The great thing about Zoom and mute is that right now, if you've got a bit of wind, I can't hear you. But God forbid if I have wind, you can all hear me. Okay, let your right foot down. Keep holding on to your left. When that right foot comes down, I want you to bend the knee and let the right knee just drop out wide. Still working on straightening off your leg. Now, if you've got tremors going on, you're pulling too hard, so just try and relax it off. Okay, and then from here, foot down, let's switch. So take your right leg, hold on to your right toes. Now it's like a 2-finger grip. So index and middle finger, wrap around your big toe. That's how you do it. It feels nice and secure then. And work on stretching out your knee. At the same time, your left heel draws into your bum and your left knee drops out. Some of you, more so than others. Go with it. Breathe. Okay, bring the soles of the feet together, allow the knees to drop wide. Again, if you need to move here, just have a little wiggle jiggle. Walk your shoulders down. Take your arms overhead, your elbows are bent. Stay here for a few more moments. Now let's close our eyes. Use your breath. Actively focus on the breathing, the expansion of your ribs, the rise of your ribs, the rise of your belly, and how that air leaves your lungs. At this point, we start to adjust. Now you choose the position you feel most comfortable in. Whether it's feet wide, knees lean in. This is your time. You might prefer your hands at your side. You may prefer to sit. So we talk about embedding that culture of aging well. Self-care is integral to aging well. Taking time out each day for a moment, a minute, or maybe 5, to breathe, actively breathe, to use this time to think, to reflect, to plan. Reflecting on your journey, reflecting on your life maybe. You can't really do that in 5 minutes. Reflecting on mental health, feeling good. Time to think. This is like self time to think. What do you need? What is it you want? Use this time to think through how is it you're going to get there. And use this time to manifest what you want. Manifest and visualize where you want to be, how you want to feel, how you see yourself when you get to that thing you desire. And it's all about how you feel, not how others perceive you. This is your time, your needs, your journey, your happiness. And when we talk about manifesting, it's more around now. Visualize that thing you want is already here. It's already happening. So when we are spending time relaxing and focusing, actively focusing on ourselves, this is when we manifest happiness and create change. And your subconscious is a clever creature. Just talk it through. Listen to yourself. Continue to breathe. Lock in those visualizations. Not I'm going to. I am already there. And now let's dress it up. Your muscles feel strong. Your body feels mobile. There's a sense of real positive wellness wrapped around you right now. You are vibrant and filled with colour and power. And that's not power as a negative, that is your inner strength to thrive another day and be the best version of you. That is what we're looking in. That is your powerhouse. And that is what makes you you. We start to breathe. Maybe a big fat sigh. Create some movement to your body. Toes, fingers, ankles, knees, hips. Maybe draw knees to chest. Give them a bit of a rock to release the back. Maybe roll to your side and use that technique to push out of your hand. Bring yourself into a seated position only when you're ready. Well done. I loved that today. Take a long breath in, arms up really big and high, arms out wide. Oh, this is me manifesting big fat hugs and love to you lot. You're amazing. And give yourselves a round of applause.